to start with projectile motion, which is a topic in motion in a plane. All right, so projectile motion. Projectile motion. So as of now, we have studied that what happens when we project any object vertically upward. Okay, let me show you that also. So when you project any object vertically upward, it goes up and it comes down, and it comes down using the same path or following the same path, right? But that is happening because you are projecting it vertically upward. So rather than projecting it vertically upward, suppose if you project it making some angle with the horizontal or vertical, then what will happen, which path the object will follow, we will see in this topic, which is projectile motion. We'll see that in this topic, which is projectile motion. All right. Okay. So it's not working. So what I was telling you, that suppose if an object is projected with, let's say, some speed u, making an angle theta like this, okay, then what will happen? Then what object will follow a path like this and it will land at point, let's say B. The projection point is O. All right. So pay attention. What we can do, we can resolve this velocity into two components. One is u cos theta and one is in vertical direction, which is u sine theta. Okay. Or let me do one thing. Let me redraw it. Let me redraw the whole thing. Okay. Pay attention. So what we have done, we have projected the object with speed u. Okay. Angle with horizontal is theta. Angle with horizontal is theta, and this direction is x-axis. This direction is y-axis. This point, this point is O. All right. So this component will be u cos theta component, and this component will be u sine theta component. The u sine theta component is basically vertical component. U cos theta component is horizontal component. U cos theta component is horizontal component. Okay. So we can resolve this whole thing into two parts, or we can study the motion in two parts. One is along horizontal Okay, and the vertical. So these are the two parts along which we can study the motion. These are the ux is equal to u cos theta. Okay, and uy is equal to u sin theta. Now ax is how much? Ax is 0. There is no acceleration along horizontal. There is no acceleration along horizontal. Okay. Ay is minus g. Why minus g? Because at all the points wherever it is, mg is acting downward. At all the points, mg is acting downward, and because of that, we are writing ay is further. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So what I am saying is that when object is starting from O and reaching at B, all right, when an object is going from O to B, B point is on ground, is going from O to B, Sy will be 0. Displacement in y direction will be 0. Okay. So as Sy is 0, T will be capital T, which is time of flight. We will be defining it later, but as of now, you can keep in mind that small t is equal to capital T is equal to time of flight. So what we can do, we can apply by S is equal to ut plus half at square. By S is equal to ut plus half at square. So S is how much? 0. U is how much? U sin theta into t plus half into minus g into t square, and that gives us t is equal to 2u sin theta by g. That gives us t is equal to 2u sin theta by g. All right, and you can also write it as 2 into uy by g. 2 into uy by g. So this is your time of flight. This is your time of flight. We'll be writing definition later. Pratyusha is asking, sir, why Sy is 0? Okay, Pratyusha, you tell me look at the diagram. When object is starting from O, it is going up, and when it is landing at B, it is going back to the same horizontal level, right? You tell me during O to B, how much is displacement in Y direction? It is returning back to same horizontal level. Displacement will be zero, no? Displacement will be zero, correct? Obviously, it is Sy. Sy means displacement along Y. Let me write that also. Displacement in Y direction. Displacement in Y direction. Okay, good. So T is equal to this. Now pay attention further on the diagram. When object is reaching at point A, A is the highest point on its trajectory. When object is reaching at point A and A is highest point, the displacement along Y direction will be H max. Displacement along Y direction will be H max. So let me write further. When object reaches, or let me write here. When object reaches at A, object reaches at A, Sy will be H max, which we don't know. Vy, velocity along Y direction at point A, will be 0. Why velocity along Y direction will be 0? Because if the object would have even a slight value of Vy, object could have gone further up in Y direction, right? So object will stop moving further in Y direction only when its Y direction velocity becomes 0, and that point will be the highest point along Y direction, correct? So by V square is equal to U square plus 2as. So Vy is anyway 0. U square is U sine theta whole square plus 2 into minus j into H max. So that gives us H max is equal to U square sine square theta upon 2g, and that is nothing but Uy square upon 2g. Uy is velocity along y direction, and g you very well know, it is acceleration due to gravity. It is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so we have calculated H max also. We have calculated H max also. Any doubt, any question? Good, good. All right. Now, during this whole time, how much object has moved in x direction? That will be its rate. Okay. So when t is equal to capital T, which is time of flight, x is equal to how much? That x will be nothing but r. X will be nothing r, and we can calculate that. So x is equal to r will be nothing but ux into t. R is ux is u cos theta into t is 2u sin theta by g. 2u sin theta by g. So r can be written as u square sine 2 theta by g, and that is also equal to 2 into ux into uy by g. 2 into ux into uy by g. Okay, so this is your horizontal range. This is your horizontal range. All right, all right, very nice. So that is how we can calculate this. That is how we can calculate this. Okay, now let us write a few definition. So first is time of flight. Time of flight. So time of flight is the time during which a projectile remains in air. It is the time, it is the time during which a projectile remains in air. It is the time during which a projectile remains in air. Okay. And what is the value of t? It is 2u sine theta by g, which is also equal to 2uy by g. Okay. So what you can notice from this, time of flight of a projectile depends only on its y direction velocity. Time of flight, time of flight of a projectile depends only on its y direction velocity. Okay, you can notice that there is no role of ux in this. There is no role of ux in this. All right, so this is time of flight. Then comes maximum height. Maximum height h max. It is the maximum height attained by, it is the maximum height attained by a projectile. It is the maximum height attained by a projectile in vertical direction during its motion. During its motion. Okay. What is formula for h max? H max is equal to u square sine square theta upon 2g, which is also equal to uy square upon 2g, which is also equal to uy square upon 2g. Here also what you can notice, maximum height of a projectile depends only on its y direction velocity. Maximum height of a projectile depends only on maximum height of a projectile. Maximum height of a projectile depends only on its y direction velocity. Y direction velocity. Okay. So maximum height of a projectile depends only on its y direction velocity. Noted? Very nice. Now let us move further. Horizontal range. Horizontal range R. So what horizontal range? Please pay attention, everyone. It is the distance covered by a projectile along horizontal while it remains in air. It is the distance covered, or you can say displacement covered. It is the displacement covered by a projectile along horizontal direction while it remains in air. While it remains in air. Okay. So R is nothing but U square sine of 2 theta by G, which is also equal to 2 into Ux into Uy by G, which is also equal to 2 into Ux into Uy by G. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Noted, everyone? Good. Let me give you some questions. If a projectile is projected, if a projectile is projected with u is equal to 24 I cap plus 32 j cap meters per second, find number 1 T, number 2 R, number 3 H max. Take G as 10. G is equal to 10 meters per second square. Please calculate, everyone. Please calculate. Pratyusha is saying, sir, why only y direction is used for time of flight and not x direction? Pratyusha, if you see that object is remaining in air, correct? Only till it is not reaching back to ground. So what is keeping object in air? Is it the horizontal velocity which is keeping it in air or vertical velocity which is keeping it in air? It was the vertical velocity which was taking it up higher, higher, higher. So as vertical velocity was keeping it in higher, that's why only vertical velocity is responsible for that. Horizontal has no role in lifting the object up or bringing it down. Okay, I hope you understood why it was happening. Okay, so T again will be, I am using formula 2uy by g, and when you are going to put values, so 2 into 32 upon 10, that comes out to be 6.4 seconds. R will be 2 into ux into uy by g. So that will be 2 into ux is how much? 24. Uy is how much? 32 upon g is 10, and that comes out to be 153.6 meters. H max will be uy square upon 2g. So 32 into 32 upon 2 into 10, and that comes out 1 meters. All right, understood everyone? Okay, good, good. Is Nihal present in the meeting? Nihal? Nihal, next question. An object is projected with speed 40 meter per second, making an angle, make an angle 53 degree with horizontal. 53 degree with horizontal. Find number 1 T, number 2 H max, number 3 R. Please calculate everyone. Please calculate everyone. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. Actually, answer for this question are exactly same as previous question, and there was no difference in this and the previous question. T is equal to 2u sine theta by g, and that is 2 into u is 40 into sine 53. Sine 53 is 4 by 5 upon g is 10. That comes out to be 6.4 seconds. That comes out to be 6.4 seconds. H max. Max is u square sine square theta upon 2g. So u square means 40 into 40 into sine square 53, 4 by 5 into 4 by 5 upon 2 into 10. So that will be how much? 51.2 meters. Please keep your mic muted. Please keep your mics muted. Please keep your mics muted. R is equal to 2 into ux into uy by g, and that will be 2 into ux. Ux means 40 cos 53. No, no. Actually, the formula is u square sine 2 theta by g. Okay. U square sine 2 theta by g. U square means 40 square. Now the problem with sine 2 theta is that it becomes sine of 106, which we don't know, but we know 2 into sine 53, 4 by 5 into cos 53, 3 by 5 upon 10, and this will be 153.6 meters. Answer. Okay, please note that. Understood, everyone? Okay. Any doubt, any question? Good. Good. Now let us talk about some key points. Let us talk about some key points. So what are those key points? Number one, R is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g, correct? Now if we want range to be maximum, if we want range to be maximum, okay, listen carefully. Now sine 2 theta, maximum value of sine 2 theta will be 1, because maximum value of any sine is 1, correct? So sine 2 theta should be equal to 1. That means 2 theta should be equal to 90 degree. That means theta is equal to 45 degree. So the point which is to be noted is range of a projectile is maximum if angle of projection is 45 degree. Okay, and how much will be R max? Let us talk about that. R max will be u square by g. R max will be u square by g. So the star point says range of a projectile will be maximum if angle of projection is 45 45 degree. Okay, please note. Please note. Range of a projectile will be maximum if angle of projection is 45 degree. Okay. Question. A cannon can fire shells with speed u meters per second. Find maximum area. Find maximum area around cannon in which enemy can be destroyed. Okay, please solve. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. Suppose a cannon is placed here. Okay, this is the cannon, and this is the barrel in which the shell is coming out. So shell will be going like this. Okay. Now, if we want maximum area in which enemy is to be destroyed, then we want range to be maximum. We want range to be maximum. Now, if speed is u, then R max is how much? R max will be u square by g. We know that. Okay. So when range is maximum, enemy can be destroyed here, here, at all the places which are inside. Because if you are able to destroy the farthest enemy, then enemies which are closer can be even easily destroyed. Now what you can do, you can rotate the barrel of the cannon in circular way so that you can cover an entire region. So what you can do, you can find area of circle using Rmax as radius will be the maximum area, in which enemy can be destroyed. Enemy can be destroyed. A will be pi into R max square. So A max, let's call it A max. So A max will be pi into U square by G whole square. So A max will be pi U to the power 4 upon G square. A max will be pi U to the power 4 upon G square. That will be the answer. Pratyusha is asking, sir, why do we find area of circle and not semicircle? Because semicircle will be half area. Circle is the full area, right? Assume it as a gun and you are, rotating the gun in all possible directions so that enemies can be killed in all possible directions. Do you want to kill only the enemy which is in front of you or in backward direction also? You need to kill every, okay? You are supposed to do so. Yes, no? Yes, it is full circle in all direction. Yes. Okay. Isn't our army behind us? You can also be a part of army, Samarth. Okay. You might get lost also. You can alone reach into enemy region without army backing you. Correct? Okay. Next. For us, not question, it's a concept. For any given speed of projection, for any given speed of projection, for any given speed of projection, range will be equal, range will be equal for two angles of projection, two angles of projection. Okay, such that, now what is connection between those two angles? Such that the two angles are complementary. Two angles are complementary. So basically, if alpha and beta are two angles, then alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. So if alpha and beta are the two angles, for which range is same, range is same. then alpha plus beta is equal to 90 degree. Or if one angle is alpha, then other will be 90 minus alpha. Okay. So basically what does it mean? That means if you are projecting a projectile with angle 30 degree, then your range will also be equal for angle 60 degree. Okay. If you maintain the speed constant, the range at 30 will be equal to range at 60. Range at 20 degree angle will be equal to range at 70 degree angle. Range at 35 degree angle will be equal to range at 55. Sum of the two angles should be 90 degree. Or if one angle is theta, then other should be 90 minus theta. In those two cases, your range will be same. I am using word range. I am not saying time of flight. I am not saying height will be same. Okay. Just to give you example how it is beneficial. Pay attention. Suppose as we are talking about army and war, suppose this is a small hill. Okay. And enemy soldiers are hiding behind it. And this is our Indian army. Here we have our tanks. Okay. And this tank fired one shell which went like this. So it was supposed to hit the enemy soldiers, but due to that hill, they are protected. Okay. And those soldiers are quite happy. Yeah, we are safe. हम बच गए ऐसे types. Now the tank person, the gunner who was there, he had studied physics a little bit. So he thought, okay, this angle was alpha, so they are able to hide behind the hill. Let me take another angle, which is now 90 minus alpha. And this time, shell goes and hits those soldiers which were hiding behind the small hill. Okay. So this time hill is not able to protect them because the person who was in charge has used physics. All right. Okay, everyone. So in both the cases, speed of projection is same. In both the cases, speed of projection is same, which is u, but height you can see is different. Time of flight will also be different in both the cases. Okay. Question. For a given projectile, Komal is saying, sir, so the projection height doubled. I did not use word doubled anywhere. How come you got the value doubled? Value of Hmax will be changed. Value of time of flight will be changed. Whether it will be doubled or not, I cannot say. Whether it will be doubled or any other value, I cannot say. You have to find out. So for a given projectile with angle 30 degree from horizontal, flight is time of flight is 10 seconds. Find time of flight of projectile which has same range but different angle of projection. Okay. So in this question, it is not telling you directly to use this method, but by your own intelligence, you'll be identifying and using the other method. Please find. Ranal is saying 10 root 3 second, Pratyusha 10 root 3, 100 root 3. Jail is getting 100 root 3. Adric is saying 10 root 3, Amba is saying 10 root 3, Neha is saying 10 root 3, Samarth is saying 10 root 3. Okay, everyone, let us see. Let us see. So question says for a given projectile with angle 30 degree. So we don't know how much is speed. Let us take that as u. Time of flight is 10 seconds. So 10 is nothing but 2 into u into sine 30 by g. Equation number 1. Okay, because t is equal to 2u sine theta by g. Now in next case, time is to be calculated. We don't know how much is time. So let us take it as t, and that will be equal to 2 into 2. Now this time angle is 90 minus theta. So this was 30. So that will be 60. So sine 60 upon g. This is equation number 2. So let us divide 2 by 1. So 2 by 1 is t upon 10 is equal to 2u sine 60 by g upon 2u sine 30 by g. So you can see these by g's are cancelled. 2u are cancelled. So t comes out to be 10 into sine 60 is root 3 by 2 into sine 30 is 1 by 2. So again here you can see is this 2 is cancelled. So t comes out to be 10 root 3 seconds. T comes out to be 10 root 3 seconds. Answer. Answer. Okay. Understood. Zahil, what I am reading here is 100 root 3. Your words are not matching at two places. Okay. Next question. Next question. For a given speed of projection, Pratyusha is asking some questions. Sir, when we project at different angles, the speed remains same for the both. Yes, Pratyusha, that was the main essence of the question or this whole thing. Speed has to be same. Otherwise, you can manage speed and time. The in this whole process, speed in both the cases is same. Initial speed of projection, that is same. So you are only playing with angle, and that is happening in such a way. So only max height is different. No, there are two things will be different. One will be time of light, and other thing will be maximum height for both the cases. Okay. So maximum height will also be different, and time of light will also be different. Okay. So the question says, for a given speed of projection, a projectile has same range in two cases. A projectile has same range in two cases. Okay. If T1, T2 are time of flights, if T1, T2 are time of flights and R is the range, R is the range, find relation between T1, T2 and R. Find relation between T1, T2 and R. Please find. R is equal to G T1 T2 by 2. Suhas is saying R is equal to 2 T1 T2 by G. Asmita is saying G T1 T2 by 2. Asmita also write R is equal to. Okay, everyone, please pay attention. So, in this question, R is the range. T1, T2 are the time of flights in two cases. Pay attention. So T1 is nothing but 2u sine theta by g. Okay. So that gives us u sine theta is equal to g T1 by 2. Let's call it equation 1. Now T2 will be how much? 2u sine of 90 minus theta. Why? Because if one angle was theta, other angle for the same range will be 90 minus theta. So that gives us T2 is equal to 2u cos theta by j, and that basically gives us u cos theta is equal to g T2 by 2. That gives us u cos theta is equal to g T2 by 2. All right. So now we have u sine theta, we have u cos theta, and we need to develop a relation between r. So we know r is equal to 2 into ux into uy by g. Correct? So r will be 2 into ux. Ux is how much? U cos theta. That will be gt2 by 2 into uy, that is u sine theta, which is gt1 by 2 upon g. So this 2 will get cancelled, this g will get cancelled. So what do we get ultimately? R is equal to g into t1 into t2 by 2. This is the answer. This is the answer. Okay, this is the answer. Any doubt, any question? Any doubt, any question? Good, good. Okay, let us move further. Next concept. In projectile motion, horizontal velocity of projectile remains unchanged. Okay, remains unchanged or constant. All right. So whenever projectile motion is happening, horizontal velocity of projectile will remain. Horizontal velocity of projectile will remain unchanged. Okay. Question. A projectile is projected with speed u. A projectile is projected with speed u, making angle theta with horizon. Making angle theta with horizontal. So a projectile is projected with speed u, making angle theta with horizontal. Find speed find speed of projectile, it makes angle, it makes angle alpha with horizontal. It makes angle alpha with horizontal. Okay, please find. Pratyusha, Pratyusha, you made the mistake in previous question to take T1 is equal to 2u sin theta by g, and you have also taken T Okay, everyone, please pay attention. Let us solve this. In this question, what is happening? You have projected a projectile from ground. So when you projected, the angle was theta and speed was u. At some height, let's say speed became v and angle became correct. So how much is horizontal velocity at the beginning at point O? It was u cos theta. How much be horizontal velocity at point P? It will be v cos alpha. Okay. So horizontal velocity will remain same. Will remain same. That means u cos theta must be equal to v cos alpha. U cos theta must be equal to v cos alpha, and that gives us v is equal to u cos theta upon cos alpha. Now if you want, you can write cos 1 upon cos alpha as sec if you want. So v will be u cos theta into sec alpha. So these will be the answers. These will be the answers. Okay. Any doubt, any question? Good. Good. Next question. For a projectile, speed of projection was 30 meter per second. If angle made by particle is 37 degree, find T number 2 H max, number 3 R. Please calculate quickly. Okay, everyone. So t is equal to 2u sine theta by g, which will be 2 into u is 30 into sine theta will be sine 53 upon 10. So 2 into 30 into sine 53 by 5 upon 10. That comes out to be how much? 4 into 3, 12 into 2, 24 by 5 means 4.8 seconds. How many of you got 4.8 seconds? This question was basically just to check how carefully you read the question. The angle was given with vertical. Angle was given with vertical. Only that was the purpose. Otherwise, you know all the formulas. All of you know the formulas. I know that. This was just to simply check that how much attentive you are in the exam. Okay. Similarly, you can find H max also. U square sine square theta upon 2g, that means 30 into 30 into sine 53. Sine 53 is 4 by 5 into 4 by 5 upon 2 into 10. And I hope you have done the right calculation. So if you do the calculation, you H max as 28.8. Okay. Similarly, R comes out to be 86.4 meter. See, horizontal range is such a thing in which if you make mistake of if you take angle of vertical and horizontal, it will come out to be same even after making the mistake. Why? Because in that you take both components, cos theta component also, sin theta component also, which nullifies the effect. That is the answer. That is the answer. Question. For a projectile, time taken to reach the maximum height is time taken to reach the maximum height is 3 seconds. Find number 1 total time of flight, number 2 H max. These two things you need to tell. Please tell. Okay. Everyone, please pay attention. In projectile motion, all right, this is your overall path. This is h max. Now time taken to go from here to here is t up, and time taken to come down from here to here is t down. All right. So in projectile motion, t up is equal to t down, unless air resistance is specifically given separately. So T up is equal to T down. So T total will be nothing but T up plus T down, which will be 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 seconds. Okay. Now let us move further. T total is nothing but 2uy by g. T total is 2uy by g, and that gives us 6 is equal to 2 into uy by 10. And this gives us uy is equal to 60 by 2, which is 30 meter per second. Uy comes out to be 30 meter per second, and using that we can calculate h max is equal to uy square upon 2g. So that will be 30 into 30 upon 2 into 10, 45 meters. Answer. That will be 5 meters. Okay. Answers. So that's how we can get answers and everything. Any question, anyone? Any doubt, any question?